Hi everyone, today is day 11 of the Duty to Sell challenge. So welcome, and we're going to be building on what we've worked on over the past few days, especially around looking at how your clients, your prospects are thinking and looking at it from their perspective. Because like I said the other day, and you may want to write this down again, the client doesn't care about you. The only thing they care about is whether you can help them solve their problem. So if you come from a place of trying to make yourself look good, trying to look at how you can show off what you've done, they don't really care. What they care is whether you can get them results. And this is why it's so important to see the world from their perspective. And the best place to start to see the world from their perspective is to understand the problems they have. Okay, this is what we've done on day 10. Now today, we go a bit deeper. We're going to look at the problems they've had, the problems they are currently having, but more importantly, we're going to look at the cost of inaction. What I mean here is, if they don't make any change, some people may think, well, if nothing changes, nothing changes. That is not the truth, because if nothing changes, they are still growing or dying, so they might be getting older. Also, if nothing changes, the problem can get bigger, and most likely is getting bigger. And also, the longer it stays, the more stress they're going to have, the more it might cost them financially, the more it might cost them with their relationships. And this is what we're going to dive into in more detail today. And my goal is to hopefully open your awareness about this way of thinking, getting your RAS to see this new color about sales, hopefully the yellow color, and you get to see more of it when you speak to your clients, when you have conversations, when you're getting into sales conversation, until that becomes part of your thinking process, which then will mean you'll understand how important your role as a salesperson is, and why it is your duty to help your clients to buy from you, because the more they delay this decision, the worse it gets for them. Now, the reason I wanted to teach it this way, where I want you to understand why this is important, understand how to think about it, is because I've seen too many training programs out there, too many courses on sales that only gives you the cost of inaction. People gives you questions to ask to uncover the cost of inaction, or to help your clients to uncover the cost of inaction, without really going deep and explaining to you why it's important. My philosophy is different. And this is why, if you go to phase 2A in my influence code, I don't want you to just use my scripts. I don't want you to use my questions. I want you to understand why this phase is important, so that you can come up with your own questions. You can use your own style. You can use your own culture. So you make it your own, and it becomes part of how you speak, how you sell, rather than just it being a question that you copy and paste and you try to make it work. Okay, so let's dive into this right now, and I'm very excited to share this with you. If you've never heard of it, hopefully that will bring some new ideas. If you've already heard of this and you've tried using it before and maybe it didn't make that much sense, hopefully today things will be more clearer for you. And as usual, as I said all the time, it might make slightly more sense today, but come back in 30 days, come back in 60 days, come back in in a year's time, things will make even more sense as you start to use those tools, resources, way of thinking in your own life. As usual, again, do make some of that list of the ahas. Do write them on a piece of paper. Start to fill in your own dragon's eye. No, actually, this is not the dragon's eye. Just make that list of the ahas as you go along, because I hope you're going to have some new learnings that you can take with you in your business, in your everyday life. By the way, if you don't have a business and you still want to use cost of inaction, you can use it with your loved ones. You can use it with your children. You can use it with your partners. I will do my best to give you some ideas as to how you can use the tool, the resources, the exercise we're going to do today to use it in your everyday life, so that, again, the more you can use these skills, guys, the stronger you're going to get with your sales skills. But also, I believe this will add value to your own life as well. Okay, so let's dive into this. Cool. So, inaction is costing your clients more than you realize. In the same way, inaction, by the way, may be costing you. What is the new thing you've been looking to do? Maybe you've been looking at losing weight. But maybe you thought, well, if nothing changes, my weight is going to be the same. I'm still 10 kilos overweight, or I'm still not as muscular as I wanted to. And you just keep on delaying those actions. So today, I would say part of the goal could be use it for yourself. What are the things that you're trying to achieve that maybe looking at the cost of inaction of those goals, tasks, could allow you to motivate yourself to do more, maybe to find a mentor, maybe to invest in some kind of network, or to find the right training. By the way, you are part of it right now in a good training, hopefully one of the best right now, to help you take yourself to the next level in the sales side of things. But I'm sure there's other sides of your life that maybe you are delaying. Maybe you're not taking action because you do not know or haven't thought of the cost of the inaction. And very often the cost can be much bigger than the payment or the investment you may be making to someone to accelerate or to keep you accountable or to show you the step-by-step path to solve the problem you're trying to solve. Okay, so hopefully I can share with you different angles to look at the same concept, the same ideas, so it gets even deeper into your subconscious, so you see it from different angles. Okay, now we've just gone through this. Now what I mean also by cost of inaction, another word you can use is what are the consequences of this. So for example, let's say you've got someone, maybe you do weight loss, and one of your clients is overweight, and you've realized because they are overweight, they can't walk, they can't spend time with their children, they are losing a job, they are very tired. Okay, all of those things are surface level problems. Now let's look slightly deeper than that. They came to you, you explored some of the problems, which is what many sales trainers, courses will tell you to look at. Talk about their problems, but you get stuck at the surface level, and at the end of the call, nothing happens. And here's the problem. When nothing happens, when you know this person needs your help, when you know you could have solved the problem, then you've done them a disservice. And this is why I called this challenge today the Duty to Sell Challenge, because if you know that person is in a bad position and is struggling to make the right decision to work with you to get some help, it is your duty to help them make that shift in their mind so they want to work with you. And again, I want to make sure I say it again, right? For them to want to work with you, not you forcing them to do something that they don't want to do. We call this internal pressure compared to external pressure. I'm going to dive more into this, into the mechanical influence training on how to sell without the script. But today, just to give you some perspective, whenever someone says, oh, you need to join the program because I'm going to drop the price. We've got guarantees. We're gonna guarantee that you're gonna get XYZ thing, even if you don't do a job, if you sit on your bum the whole day. This is what we call external pressure, making them do something, not from within, but from something that we're maybe taking away from them, or kind of hyping up what we can do to them, for them. On the other end, internal pressure is when you help them see the real problems that they're encountering, seeing the real consequences of not making a change. And this is what we're going to go through today, consequences of inaction. So in the case of the example that I'm sharing with you, if that person doesn't make a change now, potentially he could get even bigger. Potentially there are a lot of health issues that right now are not that bad, but if he keeps on staying where he is, those problems can aggravate, can get bigger, can get worse, where he might end up losing his life. And that is the real consequence long term. And if you look at losing his life compared to paying you 5K, 10K, 20K to help him solve that problem, losing your life compared to 20K of investment is a big gap and is an easy investment if you think about it this way, right? At the same time, maybe because they're overweight, they might lose their relationship, which could lead into divorce, which could lead into them losing half of their net worth. And maybe they are worth, 500K, a million, 2 million, who knows how much. But again, 20K for 100K, 200K is a no-brainer. And that's how you understanding the consequences will allow you to also help them explore those consequences, which would allow them to decide internally and to build this pressure internally, so they by themselves realize that they need to make a change and that most likely you are the best person to help them. That's what I mean by external compared to internal pressure. And again, that could be your aha moment for today. The other key thing I want to mention as well is that I forgot what I was going to say. I'm joking. So the other thing I was going to say is around, actually no, I did forget about it. I'll come back later to you on that. So the next thing I want to make sure I clarify is when we are going through those consequences of inaction, this is not us kind of pouncing on fear. We're not fear-mongering, we're not manipulating, even though, like one of my good friends says, manipulating is not a bad thing if you're doing it from a good place, and if you're doing it to improve someone's situation and someone's life, it is not a bad thing. And by the way, if you are trying to manipulate, or if you're trying to use the skills I'm sharing with you for something terrible, if you're scamming people, please do not do this. I don't believe it's the right thing to do. So do not use my name if you're doing it for the wrong reason. I only want you to be able to use this to help someone improve their life and to make, again, like I said, add 10 times more value than you charge for what you do. More importantly, I've had so many conversations, guys, where I went deep into those concepts and those points about consequences of inactions and all of those cost of inactions and all of those things. And at the end of the call, the prospect, the person on the other end of the line, actually realized that it was the truth. They made the right decision to potentially work with me, or some did not even work with me, but I gave them so much value that they took it on board and it changed their lives. Okay, so it's not always about just making the sale, by the way. You having these conversations will add a value, and having those conversations could actually be worth already $1,000, $2,000. And people coming to me sometimes have those realization that allows them to see the value of just speaking to me. Okay? Now let me just do a quick, how do you call it? A quick sell. If you did want to get some realization with me on a one-on-one basis, I don't know if I'm still taking any one-on-one clients right now, but There should be a link somewhere if you did want to consider working with me one-on-one or on a group basis. Do book a call and let's see if I can even help you. If your cost of inactions are way bigger than the investment to work with me, so I can get you faster results. I see myself more as a doctor in the challenge over the next 30 days or in the next 20 days more. The training I have here is very generic. I'm going to teach you a lot of things, but what I do on a one-on-one or on a group basis, I tend to give you more like a prescriptive things that you can do that gets you faster results and move the needle faster, because then I can clearly identify where you're struggling and help you to get the clarity you need now and able to help you get the results you need faster. And again, if you go and watch Ravinder's video or Bav's video, and maybe the clients I might get as I keep on adding, you'll see that most of them, if not all, will talk about me meeting you where you are and allowing you to make that jump to the next level faster, because I know where you are. Okay. Now, what does staying stuck, not changing actually means? I've already mentioned that. So even though they might think me not making any changes to my diet, to the way I exercise, to my mindset around me being overweight, they may think that just not doing anything will not change anything. It's actually not true because of the things we've talked about, because it could get worse, whether it's health-wise, financially, and in relationships. Okay. Now we're going to go and complete the dragon scales for day number 11. So let's go do it now. Again, as you may know, the Dragon's Forge, which is where all of those cool exercises are found, should be on day number 4. If you don't find it, just let me know. It will help you find it. But we're going to go into day number 4 here, cost of inaction. And the reason we go into cost of inaction is to help people, one, to realize how worse their situation is, to build the cost of not taking any action, which again means comparing to the investment they're going to work with you, it's going to make it a no-brainer. But also, cost of inaction helps you to help them not delay taking action. And if you look at it from your own perspective with your own life, hopefully you looking at your own cost of inaction on things you're delaying will help you take action, be more motivated to move forward and to solve those problems quicker. Okay. Now, people underestimate the cost of inaction. They see the price of your service, but they don't see the price or the cost of staying stuck. And like we said, getting worse as to where they are. So today we are going to do some kind of calculations, not on a deep level, but we're going to go through figuring out the real cost of them not making any changes, financially, emotionally, lifestyle, opportunity, and like I said, health-wise, relational, This is not fear-mongering, this is math, this is reality. So, the cost of staying stuck. Can you please answer those questions? And again, we're going to use ChatGPT to the best of our ability. We can always make it better. But if they did not work with you, what would 1 year of inaction cost financially? And again, I realize that there's so many different industries, fields out there. I promise you this exercise can still be done. I would say do your best to use ChatGPT. Put that in the group. I'll show you again how and where. And ask me questions if you're still unclear, not sure how to do it. And as you keep going for the 30 days, like I said, and you do this again in 90 days, in a year's time, you will understand this concept much better. And hopefully, by then you would have got some results. And also, potentially, ask those questions to your clients directly, rather than trying to come up with the answers yourself. At the same time, if you have solved the problem you are solving from others, you will know yourself how much maybe you've already wasted or how much that has cost you from not doing that work. Okay. At the same time, I feel that could be something really cool to do, but I might do a full webinar, a full training into diving into different types of industries. And maybe that could be a tool that I could share with you. So it's not there yet, but at some point I believe there may be some cool additional tools for you to benefit from. Okay, so I'm going to go and add this to ChatGPT, and let's see what it comes up with. Okay, let me pause, by the way. Okay, so I'm back into Ravinder's kind of chat to figure out and to use her as an example. Yeah, what my suggestion would be, keep one chat for every person that you're working with. If you're not on the paid version of ChatGPT, you can still use the new chat and have every chat in a different one for a different person. If you do have the paid version, you can also create projects for different things you're doing. That could be another training. Let me know if you need that. But for now, I'm just going to do this. So using the questions above, using the information you know about Ravinder, can you please answer the questions above? Okay, so I've just put that into ChatGPT, and as you can see, it's given me some pretty cool stuff. So in property alone, 1 of 3 deals not closed, conservative estimate, 15 to 40k per deal profit depending on structure, 30 to 100k plus missed opportunities within 12 months. Actually, now that we know, it's actually more than that. It's more than 100k even in the past 2.5 months. Slower portfolio growth, delayed rental income, continued trade in time for dentistry, but more importantly, she would continue earning, just not expanding. Okay, it's not bankruptcy, but it's stagnation. Over 2 years, now compounding kicks in, missed equity growth, missed refinancing cycles, missed scaling. See, there's a lot more of things that I may not have thought of, but with ChatGPT, it gives me a lot more to work with. Okay, that's how you can use this powerful tool of AI to get more for yourself, and in a couple of seconds, rather than you spending the next hour or 2 hours finding it. So feel free to use this tool, and hopefully I can share more of you how to use it. For the next 5 years, going to give you more detail again here. What would it cost emotionally over the years? Subtle erosion of confidence, quiet frustrations, watching others move faster, self-doubt creeps. Okay, what will it cost in the lifetime? Boom, boom, boom. What opportunities which have been stuck? The real cost. There you go. So those are great answers that I'm just going to now add to my dragon scales. Okay, I'm going to add a couple of more questions as well regarding relationship, financials, emotional. Okay, so what I've done is I've created the dragon scales for day 11, as you can see here. Feel free to go and pause and read what's written here, just to have an idea. At the same time, I will be posting it here, so you can just go down to this post and you will be able to see it. So let's do that now. Let me copy all of this and then post it in here in the comment section. Please, when you're doing it, do put some spaces. It will make my life easier when reading it. Otherwise, it's not going to be as nice to be helping you out if it's a bit confusing to go through. So hopefully you can now share yours, and I will give you as much help as I can as we go along. And also, guys, very important, as you are getting better with those skills and you're practicing and you're reading others and you're helping each other and teaching what you've understood, even though if it's not perfect, you teaching it with someone else and voicing out and sharing what you've learned will help you get even better. And as some people say, the best way to learn is to teach. So by teaching it with someone else, your brain, your RAS would have to see things from a different perspective, and hopefully that will help you get even better. So whenever someone's got a comment, feel free to read theirs and then give your take, give your points, and also encourage each other so we can keep on inspiring and helping each other do more. Okay. Now we're going to go on the tracker, which is the Excel document. We've watched day 11. Dragon's Eye is done. We're going to change this to the Dragons Scales day 11. Tick. Okay, now let's do the community post. And again, as you can see here, the video you're watching will just be above this post. Click on the one that says day 11 duty to sell challenge. You can then copy and paste all of this. Go to the comment down here and paste this here. So let me do that again. You go actions, copy, Control C, Control V, and then you just fill this in with your own information. Make sure you put your name here, and then we'll just go through the steps together with me right now. So I've already done mine here. Okay, and I've got my 5 good things, I've got my ahas, I've got my duty to sell. Now we're going to do the screenshot. Again, if you're planning on having an aha post and a win post, tick them up. If not, that's okay as well. You can just leave it empty. By the way, I forgot to do this yesterday, so we're going to do both today. Let's do the screenshot. Okay, we'll take this. We're going to make sure the numbers are here. So we are 285. We're going to do copy. We're going to go down here and we're going to Control V. Oh, come back to edit. I'm going to come down here, Control V to paste the picture. We're going to click here. We're going to find the share button. Copy, make sure it's a viewer mode. We're going to highlight the click here. Go in the link set, Control V, and then we're good to go. Save it. Find this link, copy the link, put it into this one. Okay, if you missed the one from yesterday, come back, go to day 10. You can go and find your comment again, and then you go to the 3 dots, find the copy link, and do this here. Okay, now the reason this is important is I want to make sure, for the awards, for the rewards, that this is done correctly. So I'll be looking at each of those posts to make sure those were done correctly before you can qualify for the reward. Okay. Next thing, you go back down here. Let's now do the Dragon's Eye. Control C, highlight, go Control C. Then you want to go right click, open the community. We're going to now post those ones in. So Control X, put that in here, put the name, and now that goes to the Dragon's Eye. Okay, now happy with this. We're going to now go to the next one, which is the ahas. Copy, go to the influence code community, post that in here. Control X, Control V. Choose the ahas post. Cool. Now we're going to go and get the last one. So as you can see, that should take you a minute to do. So like I said, doing those is so important because everyone's going to see what you're getting good at. By the way, if those are too personal and you don't want to share, that's okay as well. You don't need to share every day. The ahas are going to be very important as well, because then everyone reading what you're going through will be able to learn. And if you've got comments as to what people are saying, do that, support each other, and the wins as well. Okay, so let's create another one for the wins. Choose the win category, post. Cool. Now the other thing I want to mention is the leadership board. Okay, so right now it's not really clean. Yeah, okay, the leaderboard's there because again there's no one here, so I might need to do a video once there's more people in here. But there will be awards as well for people that are more engaged in the group, because the more engaged you are in the group, the more I can see where you are, the more I can help you, for one. The more that means you're inspiring others, and the more you are helping others. So in my view, people that are more involved, helping me help my community, my students, the people around us, we can all help each other. So there will be awards, recognition for that. So the more you can do to help each other, the more you can benefit from me, maybe have some more one-on-ones, maybe I'll go into more detail and help you more, personally in a Q&A or in other sections. So do take advantage of this community to help each other, and I will see it and I will be able to bring back this value to you as well. All right. So that's it from me. Great thing it finished on the 30-minute mark, just to keep it quite tight and not too long. And that's it for me for day 11, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.